In 2011, Mark Zuckerberg embarked on a journey that was as much about introspection as it was about innovation. At the time, Zuckerberg was already renowned for his role as the CEO of Facebook, the social media giant that had transformed how people connect. However, this challenge was far removed from the virtual world he had helped create. His decision to eat only meat from animals he had personally killed was a profound and unconventional endeavor that reflected his ongoing commitment to personal development. The choice to undertake such a challenge was not made lightly. Each year, Zuckerberg set a goal to learn something new or push himself in unexpected ways. This particular challenge required him to confront the reality of where meat comes from, forcing him to grapple with ethical questions and understand the process of meat production. It also emphasized the need to appreciate the food on our plates, something many of us take for granted. By choosing to kill the animals he ate, Zuckerberg was breaking down the barrier between the sanitized, pre-packaged food we find in grocery stores and the often brutal realities of food production. It was a dramatic shift from the usual approach to food consumption, where meat comes neatly wrapped in plastic with no indication of the living creatures that were sacrificed to create it. This direct involvement in the process allowed Zuckerberg to cultivate a deeper sense of gratitude for the food he consumed and the lives given to produce it. Throughout the year, Zuckerberg gained hands-on experience in animal husbandry, learning about the care, feeding, and slaughtering of animals. This intimate connection with the source of his food led him to appreciate not only the nutritional value but also the moral implications of meat consumption. By the end of the challenge, Zuckerberg found that he had started to eat less meat and make more conscious food choices, opting for organic and sustainably sourced products whenever possible. Beyond personal growth, Zuckerberg's challenge had broader societal implications. His willingness to publicly discuss his journey opened up a conversation about ethical eating and sustainable agriculture. It prompted many to question the practices of the meat industry and the environmental impact of large-scale farming. As news of his challenge spread, it became a catalyst for dialogue around responsible consumption and the role individuals can play in promoting sustainability. Zuckerberg's experiment also highlighted the potential for innovation in the food industry. As discussions about the ethics of meat production grew, technology companies and food startups began to explore alternatives to traditional meat. This led to increased interest in plant-based proteins and lab-grown meat, which have a significantly lower environmental impact compared to conventional animal farming. The growing popularity of these alternatives reflected a broader shift towards sustainability and a greater awareness of the environmental costs of our dietary choices. The challenge also brought attention to the cultural aspects of food consumption. Different societies have varying relationships with meat and food production, influenced by history, religion, and tradition. Zuckerberg's decision to kill the animals he ate resonated differently across cultures, sparking debates about the significance of these practices and the ethical considerations involved. It reminded us that our food choices are not just personal but a part of a larger societal framework. Zuckerberg's return to store-bought meat after the challenge did not diminish the impact of his journey. The experience had fundamentally changed his perspective, leading him to make more thoughtful decisions about his diet and lifestyle. It also served as a reminder that the lessons learned during personal challenges can resonate far beyond the individual, encouraging broader societal shifts and opening up new possibilities for change. As the dialogue around ethical eating and sustainability continued, it became clear that Zuckerberg's challenge was just one part of a much larger movement. People began to seek out local farmers, support community agriculture, and reduce their meat consumption to minimize their environmental footprint. These actions, while seemingly small, collectively contributed to a greater awareness of the need for sustainable practices in the food industry. Ultimately, Zuckerberg's 2011 challenge was not just about personal growth, it was about acknowledging the interconnectedness of our actions and their impact on the world. By taking responsibility for the food he consumed, he demonstrated the power of individual choices to inspire broader change. But it was a testament to the idea that even in a world driven by technology and convenience, there is room for mindfulness and gratitude in the most fundamental aspects of life, including the food we eat. On November 4th, Mark Zuckerberg announced on his social media handles that he tore his ACL sparring. His caption read, "Tore my ACL sparring and just got out of surgery to replace it. Grateful for the doctors and team taking care of me. I was training for a competitive MMA fight early next year, but now that's delayed a bit. Still looking forward to doing it after I recover. Thanks to everyone for the love and support." Along with the write-up, Mr. Zuckerberg added a photo of himself from the hospital bed. His left leg was wrapped in bandages and tied securely with a supportive leg brace. Despite the knee tear, he flashed a subtle smile and displayed a clumped fist gesture. Zuckerberg's recovery is going well after having undergone knee surgery. He tore his anterior cruciate ligament ACL, which is a band of tissue connecting the thigh and shin bone. Now, 5 months after the medical procedure, Mr. Zuckerberg is finally regaining his footing. Recently, he also dropped a video on Instagram documenting his healing journey. The caption read, "5 months post-surgery. Recovery is going well and starting to get my strength back. Really looking forward to easing back into training over the coming months. Appreciate all the love and support." In the video, he is seen pulling off a leg press routine at the gym. His strained expression suggested that the exercise was a challenging affair, especially after his knee surgery. Mark Zuckerberg practices Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, a self-defense martial art. He has even bagged the blue belt in Brazilian. On April 18th, Zuckerberg introduced Meta's improved AI assistant built on new versions of its open-source Llama large language model. In the video, Zuckerberg, dressed simply in a blue t-shirt and a gold chain, introduced the latest version to his over 13 million followers. But for him, the announcement was seemingly overshadowed when a digitally altered picture of the Meta CEO sporting a full beard began circulating on social media. The morphed image prompted many people to say that a beard indeed would suit the entrepreneur. Wait, when did Mark Zuckerberg become cool? An ex-user wrote while sharing the edited picture on the microblogging site.